Hello and welcome to WhyZ. My name is Soham and today we are going to talk about Doctor Stone Manga chapter 172. Now to be perfectly honest with you all, I'm not really a big fan of this particular chapter. Yeah, there were certainly some good parts here and there, but overall I'm not really sold on this particular chapter. There was not inherently bad stuff here, but things just happened for no apparent reason. Like this is the definition of Deus Ex Machina, or things just apparently happening when they need something. Senku and gang need to go to Brazil and none of them know the actual direction or actual location of the place, and they just happen to stumble upon possibly the world's best geographer or geologist. Like that's just random as hell. I can't give any proper explanation for something like this. But either way, if you're new here, then please consider subscribing to the channel since I do weekly anime and manga related content along with Doctor Stone manga reviews. Also, we're trying to hit 5,000 subscribers by the end of 2020, so a like and sub would be massively appreciated. Now, the chapter picks up from where we left last week, and Senku and gang are heading towards Brazil. They have still not reached upon a particular route as to how they are going to reach Brazil. According to their current objective or current goal, Senku and gang will have to circumnavigate all along the continent of South America until they finally reach the place of Brazil, or rather the Amazon rainforest. But the problem is obviously fuel. This is something which I have been addressing since the last two chapter reviews, and I always thought that they will possibly have a confrontation with the Perseus, but looks like they are going to modify the engine of this particular ship. What happens here is that Senku and gang stop by a coast and they are apparently refueling their storage, and also they are reconverting their diesel engine into a coal powered engine. So basically what's happening here is that the entire gang, they are trying to cut down trees so that they have wood for burning purpose. This was nice stuff and this addresses the major problem that we had so far. So I'm pretty alright with that. And obviously there were some pretty funny interactions here and there. I especially loved the bit with Luna and how she tried to put on a strong face but immediately fell over because she's not accustomed to cutting trees and stuff like that. And of course the best part here was Taiju. He is literally a human machine and he just goes on and on and on, and while everyone is taking rest in the night, Taiju is still cutting down the trees. I love this man. I really love this man. But that's when the main plot of this chapter comes up. Taiju notices something in the sky. He notices a glowing letter, like a glowing set of letters which spell out to be H-E-L-L, hell. This was pretty intriguing and he's obviously scared by all of this. He goes and informs the group that something like this is on the sky, you all look out for it. And in the morning they eventually find out that it was sort of a kite which had the letterings on them, and they also discover a human being. Pretty interesting design choice here, not gonna lie. I was pretty amazed by the design choices here. And she's a woman who is dressed in a pumpkin sort of a situation, like a pumpkin getup, similar to the character design of Suika in the very beginning. And it was a pretty hilarious reaction because she's also myopic here, and she also has the same eyes kind of a thing which Suika had in the very beginning. And eventually Senku makes a pair of glasses for her and she finally transforms into her normal look. She's now wearing her normal clothes and everything. And eventually they find out that she is Dr. Chelsea. She recognizes Zeno and Zeno also recognizes that she is the world's best geographer or geologist, or basically an expert of geography. She was actually called to US before the actual petrification happened, when they all were analyzing the data that young Senku had given upon the swallow. You remember the first episode of the series? Yes, that particular thing. So this was a really nice callback, I'm not gonna lie about that. But my main problem with this episode starts here. They randomly meet upon a woman who is apparently the world's best geography expert and who is about to help them in order to reach Brazil, or basically the Amazon rainforest. She gives them a roadmap of how they have to reach there through Ecuador, and you can obviously read the entire thing in the manga. But the main problem is that all of this seems like a Deus Ex Machina. This particular character was not even hinted during the original scene of Zeno and Stanley and everyone in the past. So for me, at least for me, this character appeared out of random, and she's just so intelligent that she will be able to aid them in their quest further beyond. So personally, I don't think this is a really nice, storytelling move. I'm not really excited by the addition of this particular girl in the cast of the series. But let's see, this is the first interaction she's having so far, and basically let's hope for the best. Moreover, a pretty interesting thing is found out here, and that is that this particular woman was depetrified 3 years after Zeno. And to be honest, it's a little bit unclear in this particular chapter as to how she was depetrified. I do not see any use of nitric acid or something like that here, so it's a bit of a confusion for me as to how exactly she was depetrified. Is there any other process of how a human being can be depetrified other than the nitric acid solution which Senku has used so far? It's a pretty interesting thought, to be honest, but let's see where the story takes so far. Also, theory time here. I'm not getting a good vibe from this woman. I really won't be surprised if eventually this woman turns on the gang. Like after they reach Amazon rainforest, she turns on them and reveals that this was her ulterior motive, or she had a true plan or something like that, and she's just betraying all of them. That might be the case here. I really won't be surprised if something like that is the case here. Because you see, there is a particular scene here which states that Zeno had directed all the people who were petrified in the actual place, to head towards the north once they are depetrified. Everyone did the same thing. Stanley and everyone else who was depetrified did the very same thing. But this woman, she actually went towards the south, disobeying the orders given by Zeno. The reason, it's not really clear, but let's see what happens. Moreover, that was a pretty nice thing of how the hell was actually a help thing. I expected that, but it was nice to see that she used the photochromatic paint or phosphoric paint, like the thing which glows in the dark. I'm not remembering the name of that exact thing, but you get my point, I guess. And that's pretty much the entire chapter. Although towards the very end, we get a pretty interesting revelation that Senku and gang will finally be working on a motorcycle. Because eventually when they reach the coast, they will have to walk for a while. So a motorbike will be really effective in a place like that. That's why the next objective, or the current objective of Senku and gang and Kingdom of Science in general, would be to develop a motorbike. This will be pretty interesting to see, so let's just wait for the next chapter. But this was Dr. Stone Manga chapter 172. I'm not really a very big fan of this particular chapter for the reasons that I've mentioned above, but this was nice in the overall scheme of things, and this is finally introducing us to a new character which might prove to be a very big ally or a very big villain in the long run. Who knows, we'll have to wait and watch. But this was Dr. Stone Manga chapter 172, so what are your thoughts about it? Please mention them in the comment section below. So that's it for today guys, thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like it, share it with your friends and subscribe to the channel for more. This is WhyZ and I'll see you soon in the next video.